Most people can get a limited driving privilege following a DWI convictions. There are exceptions. You must have a valid license at the time you were arrested for DWI. There are certain things you must complete, like getting a substance abuse assessment, proving that you have liability insurance on a vehicle. Generally speaking, if it's your first DWI, you're going to get a limited driving privilege. But it's really important to understand it's not guaranteed. It's not automatic. Frankly, it's in the court's discretion to give you one or not give you one. You don't necessarily get one just because. Now, good, effective lawyers, I've been doing this for 27 years. I understand what's involved in that process. I get our clients ready for the unfortunate outcome, if it happens, that you might lose your license. We're going to make sure that we have all the documents in place. We're going to make sure that we've gone through with you and make sure they have the hours that you need to take care of your family, go to your job, go to your religious observances, take care of educational needs. So we work through all those things. There's a lot of stuff that has to be done. Generally speaking, if it's a first offense, you can get a limited driving privilege. There are things and other types of DWIs that prevent you from getting that driving privilege. One thing would be if you are asked to submit to a breath or blood test and you refuse to do so. If DMV finds out that you refused, you're going to lose your license for 1 year just because you didn't take that test. You have to wait at least 6 months of that suspension before you can get one in the court system. You may have a prior conviction within 7 years. If you have a prior conviction within 7 years of the date you committed this new DWI, you are not entitled to a limited driving privilege. Now, of course, that means the state has to prove that prior conviction. Most times they can, sometimes they can't. You may have a reading that's 0.15 or greater. Once you're convicted, if you're eligible for a limited privilege, you're going to have to wait 45 days before you can get that limited privilege. And when you receive it, you're going to have an ignition interlock, or a blow and go, as some people call them, put in your car. Another exception may be you had a child in the car. If you have a child in the car, which is anyone under the age of 18, you're not going to get a license at all. Your first offense DWI is going to be elevated to what we call a level 1. You're not going to have that license. If there's an accident where there's been a severe injury, you may not get a license from a judge. So as you can see, getting your license if you're convicted of a DWI can be pretty complicated. Give me a call. We can talk about your options, and I can see what I can do to help you with that.